everybody, it's Coffee with David. Good to see you.
Hello.
Today I have Asa Moss from Fathering Autism, and we're going to talk about 5 tips that you can use for traveling with someone with autism.
Yep. And stick around to the end because the 5th one is the big one, the most important.
Definitely.
Mind-blowing.
Amazing.
That might be pushing it. It's a good tip.
It helped us.
It did.
A lot.
So much.
I'll let Asa start off here. With
Okay, I got the first one. Okay, so my first tip would be preferred items, to bring preferred items along with you on your trip, whether it be by plane or by car. Now, obviously, by plane, you have less room, less space, because you have a carry-on, whereas if you're in your car, you can kind of like pack everything, and the kitchen sink. With Abigail, some of her items are bulky, though. So we will trim those down. So, Abigail, for example, has specific blankets that she likes, so we'll go look for a smaller version of that same material or that same style blanket. Same thing with her sensory toys like pillows. She loves having a pillow to squeeze, so we'll bring a travel pillow instead of a full-size pillow like she uses at home. But preferred items help a lot because then once you get to your destination, it's not just about travel. Once you get there, she has that level of comfort because she has things that are familiar to her.
That's a good tip.
Thanks.
So the second tip is you can go out and buy new items for the trip. As far as what we did with Braley, we went to a dollar store to check to see if there's anything that's similar, like sensory-wise, that she could use on the trip. So we're not spending a ton just for a few days. And when you go to a dollar store, if something breaks or gets lost while traveling, it's not too big of a deal.
And they have dollar stores everywhere.
So
you can replace it.
Yes. So new items, it also, for Braley anyways, when she sees a new item that's going to do something for her sensory-wise, visually or tactile or something like that, she'll be interested in it. And she'll be playing with it or using it for probably a little bit longer than usual just because it's a new item. So that's something that also can be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Tip number
And I think it acts like a reinforcer also. It's like, hey, we're doing good on this trip. Here's another item. Here's a little gift, a little thing to, if you want to wrap it, you could wrap it and be like a present if your kid's into presents.
That's a great idea.
Thanks.
What do you got for tip number 3?
So number 3 would be social stories. And not just social stories. A lot of you guys are probably familiar with a social story. If you're not, a social story is basically like, first we get to the airport and we check in with TSA. And then we have to go through security. And then, so it gives them like pictures or video and the events as they're going to unfold. That way they're familiar with what's going on. But also just talking about it, we tend to, like, as parents, we're like, oh, is she going to do okay while we're laying in bed at night, thinking, stressing about the trip. But, talk about it in front of your child and have a conversation with your child if they're verbal. And if not, don't assume that they don't understand. David said that earlier, and a lot of times we assume that Abigail may not understand what we're talking about. But we were showing her videos before we left of getting on a plane, and then we even showed like our video of the last time that we flew, and she got all excited about it. So I think that helped her to understand, like, okay, this is what we're doing.
I think that helped on our side too. We did the social story. She paid attention to it, like when we were showing her each card, and I think that did help with her. She might not understand every word we say, but visually she's seeing something that's going to be happening. So when she sees that in her actual environment,
Sure.
She's like, okay, I can be comfortable with this. I can know what to expect because I've seen this before.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Okay, you got tip number 4 for us?
Yes. Tip number 4, scheduling downtime on your vacation. So our example would be the first day we got here, we made sure to make it so that we're not doing so many things on our first day, keep the transitions limited. Just because we just had a full travel day, there can be a lot of transitions while traveling. It gave our girls a chance to get sensory regulated, feel a little better about the new environment, and get used to.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're staying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the vacation went along, It can be like planning for Braley, for instance. We planned a day where we're gonna go to a low-key beach and let her just play with sand because that is a sensory regulating tool for her. Just something for her, just when we're on vacation, we can get stuck in like, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go do that, we're gonna make
you want to see all the things.
But we want to make sure we schedule in breaks that can go a long way with staying regulated.
For sure. When we've done it before, we've done too much early on, so then towards the end of the trip, it's not as fun because Abigail is done. She's like, I've gone and gone and gone, and I just want to go home, and that may happen anyway. But I think it makes that a little bit easier. That doesn't come up as often now because we do schedule in time. Like since we've been here, we've been doing things in the afternoon, allowing them to get adjusted, get their breakfast, get their day going. Get the sensory input that they need, things like that. Number 5, and the most important one, the biggest one, the one that we're like, ding, light bulb went off. We felt super smart about it, even though financially it made sense. And then we're like, holy crap, this was genius. So we're at an Airbnb instead of a hotel. Stayed at hotels in the past. Hotels are significantly more difficult. And I think what a lot of that has to do with is you don't have a place to escape to. Like, it doesn't feel anything like home. It feels like a hotel. So it's stressful for the child, right? And it have their own space to escape to because most hotels are one room. Whereas here, like, you guys have a room and Abby has a room and we have a room. And then on top of that, it's less stress for the parents because we don't have to worry about Abigail banging on walls or yelling or things like that. We don't have to worry about the people on either side of us or above us or below us because we're in a house in a neighborhood. And then, cost-wise, you would think that it'd be more expensive, but really, like, if it is, it's not even significant. It's a small amount more. A lot of times you can find Airbnbs for the same price you can a hotel in most places. So Airbnb has been awesome. Like, we couldn't ask for anything more than this. It's been great.
I completely agree with that. These are 5 tips that can help you through a vacation. Like, I think everybody deserves a vacation.
Yeah.
I think that no matter what your situation.
And don't feel like you can't do it.
Right. There's been times before Florida, our very first vacation, I thought about, I'm like, is this even a really good idea?
Right.
It's definitely worth it.
And both of our kids are prone to meltdowns. They're prone to sensory overload. They're so we get it. Like we totally get it, and you can do it. I mean, with the planning and the tools in place, you can make it happen and enjoy a vacation, and not just you but your child as well.
Yeah. And if it's money related, I think a big part of it is just saving up, like making a plan and going for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just $5 a week, eventually that will build up.
Right, and you don't have to have an extravagant vacation, and that may even help, like easing into it. Yeah. Do like an overnight thing somewhere. Just go somewhere and stay for a night, see one attraction, come back home. That may be an easy way to, a better way to ease into it for your child as well.
I hope this helps you guys out, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Thanks for joining. Coffee with David.
David's editing right now. How's the video look, David?
It's looking awesome, and I really hope this helps people be more comfortable taking vacations with their kids with autism, with their significant others, or really anybody with special needs. I think the more that we get out there, the more that we get out in the public, the more acceptance and awareness we're going to spread, and our everybody's going to grow up in a more accepting world. That would be amazing. Ting.
Okay. Morning.
Welcome to Coffee with David.
Cheers. Air conditioner, fantastic timing.
Great. Asa from Fathering Autism, and today we're going to talk about 5 tips that you can use for traveling when traveling with someone.
Oh, we're doing it again?
Today we're going to talk about 5 tips of Today we're going to talk about 5 tips of how you can... About 5 tips for traveling with someone on the spectrum with autism. That was weird, but that'll work.
It's a good tip.
It helped us.
It did.
A lot.
So much.
It's been fun.
Lots of fun. That's what they need, things like that.
Yeah, that's good input.
Okay,
This
number
guy,
5.
This guy.